Who wants a car with a fantastic foot brake? Better than it ever has been, that is.
We've not wasted our time there.
Fixed it.
Legends, welcome back to the channel. John here on a blustery day here in Lincolnshire. In fact, it's Storm Dara ongoing at the moment, which is why we've retreated to the workshop. We're back with the Proton Impian, and we're still chasing a brake pedal issue. In our opinion, there's still air in the system. In fact, I've given up, to be honest with you, and I'm happy to just replace the master cylinder. But Dad is confident there is air somewhere still in those pipes. If you haven't seen the previous videos, we've bled everything normally. We've bled everything with the engine running. We've bled everything and tried to fire the ABS manually. I've even bought one of these, which is a Proton PDT 2000, proper, genuine diagnostic tool for the Impian and other models. I've got the cartridge, I've got the batteries, it works, but I don't have the cable to plug it into the OBD reader. So back to square one, and we're still on the hunt for one of these. I think it's an 18-pin cables. However, somebody on Twitter called Dan, shout out to him, said, John, I've got the instruction manual. I used to work for Proton. This is how you bleed the ABS system using the Laser 2000. And reading it, you also need to use it along with a pressure bleeder, which is what we've gone and done. We've gone and bought a Sealy brake and clutch bleeding system pressure bleeder. It was £15 second hand, but of course, it doesn't have a universal cap that fits a Proton Impian. So Dad's done some inventing. In this video, we're going to try and pressure bleed the Proton Impian the best we can without the Laser 2000, without firing the ABS, to see if there is just a little bubble of air somewhere tucked away in the Impian. Dad'll explain it to us, how to do it, what he's done, what he's built, and hopefully by the end of this video, we'll have solved the braking problem on the Proton Impian. Aha, good morning.
Now then, mate, what are you doing here?
Well, I thought that when I rolled out of bed at 7 o'clock this morning.
You should be getting ready for Christmas Day when you're on telly.
And it was Storm Dara.
Grommet's on telly Christmas Day.
Is he? Is he now? Yeah. Well, if I'm Grommet, that makes you Wallace, mate, so I'd be careful.
Now then, lad.
But although you have been doing some inventing, just like Wallace, we'll talk about that in a second. Storm Dara, we've got a casualty at the Coupland house. I've lost a fence panel, so we need to do some repair work.
Well, let's go do it now.
Yeah, we won't be doing it now. How are you?
I'm blooming good, thank you, son.
You got gloves on today?
I have. I don't feel like getting mauled up.
Fair enough. We are still chasing a braking issue with the Proton Impian, and Dan on Twitter has told us how to use this.
Yeah, I've just read the instructions.
Yeah, I'll take that my way. We can't use that though, can we?
Got a wire.
We haven't got the cable. We're still on the hunt for one.
We should be all right.
I've sent the instructions to you. Can you just explain to everybody what they say and what it means and what we're going to do?
Instructions say, make your thing work.
Yep.
Use a pressure bleeder.
Yep.
So you get your pressure up, and you start it up, and you go through the thing on that, and you go that wheel, that wheel, that wheel, that wheel.
So the machine, what would that do?
It fires the ABS.
So we've been firing the ABS by having the wheels off and having it in gear and trying to do it that way.
Yes, mate.
Will our tinkering today do the job of what that would do? It would fire the ABS.
I'm going to have a go at doing it without firing it first, just to see if there's bubble traps somewhere else.
Fine.
Because we've been messing about firing it and not done any good, so.
We've got a little bit of air out of somewhere, but you're still confident that there's air in the system, is that right?
I'm not confident,
but you still want to give this a go.
I do.
I've bought you this. What is it?
It's a pressure bleeder.
Hooray!
It's a lovely tool, but none of the lids fit though.
How does a pressure bleeder work? I'm guessing it pulls a vacuum on the...
No. Don't pull
no.
a vacuum. No. You fill this full of brake fluid.
Hang on, show us that then.
Fill this box of tricks full of brake fluid.
Yeah. Well, literally, just fill it like...
I put some in.
Just normal brake fluid, you don't mix it with anything?
No. don't ask stupid questions just for content.
So fill that full of brake fluid.
You put it on top of the... And you connect it to this.
Which is the brake fluid reservoir.
Brake fluid in there.
Yeah.
Under pressure. And open the bleed nipples. And hopefully it'll push the bubbles out.
Okay.
And you do that with your tool, you see, normally. So the tool's firing the ABS.
Yeah.
Making all the valves fly around and the pump run.
Yeah.
And that's forcing it through.
Right.
So hopefully it gets the bubble out.
So what the ABS Lucas system is doing is making that go like we have been doing.
Fire the pump and the solenoids.
Yeah. And then the the thing that we've got connected to the brake fluid reservoir is pushing down.
Yeah, it's pushing brake fluid through rather than pumping the pedal.
Why is that different to what we've already done?
Because we're pumping the pedal, aren't we? And it might not, I don't know. That's how they say do it. That's how you do it on all cars with ABS anyway.
We're just going to give it a go, aren't we?
We're going to give it a go, but the trouble is it doesn't work. The machine's no frigging good.
We might be wasting our
The
time.
machine's no good, because I had to spend an afternoon in my shed fabricating this.
Show us that. Hold that up and show us.
It's my adapter.
You've been making an invention. Talk us through it then. So that what the thing to connect it to the reservoir.
When you get one of these, you can get a universal lid, and it's a cone-shaped thing. And I've used them before, and they tend to leak anyway. But I've fabricated that out of some aluminium plate.
Right. So what is it then? Show us it. So it's it's a piece of aluminium plate, and it's got like is that a BNC connector, something like that?
PCL, isn't it?
A PCL.
The tool, I had to change the end on the tool because it's not got PCLs on it, and all I've got is PCLs.
So you attach the end of the bleeder to that valve, like that. Okay. And then that puts pressure. So this is a bit like a garden sprayer pump,
Just what it is.
like we use to take,
Just what it is. That's
take wallpaper off as well and all that sort of stuff.
just what it is.
How long did that take to fabricate?
It was an afternoon.
And you've made it neat, you've cut it down, and you've attached some hooks. What are the hooks for? Oh, springs and things.
That fastens under the master cylinder.
Yeah.
I've put the springs on so I can't put too much pressure on it.
Right.
But it still leaks
Okay.
because we've done my run with it just wind.
Well, yeah, we attached it up this morning.
So we're going to try using the Parkside mini clamps just to pull it level.
Okay.
It really wanted some thicker foam, really, I think. But hopefully, the little air leak we got, we're going to pressure test it to see if it works first.
Okay. So what's the plan? Put that on the master cylinder.
Let's fit the blinking thing. Let me
Fit that on.
Let's put a wing cover on so we don't get any brake fluid on the wing.
Yeah, that's the last thing we want.
Well,
Is that your Proton wing cover, is it? Oh. Oh, right.
Yeah, they do have Renault engines in some of these.
They do. They have a 1.8, not available in the UK. Interestingly, I did get the opportunity to buy a Proton wing cover for £30, but I didn't because I thought that was a waste of £30. But
It jolly well is.
now I should have bought one. Eh?
No, you should not. Don't waste £30 on a wing cover. Not when you've got a blinking old blanket that one can use. Tell you what we are going to do though, before we do. We'll put an old dust sheet under the master cylinder in case we do have a
Catastrophic
disaster.
leak. Yep. Okay.
I wouldn't call it a disaster, an inconvenience.
How much brake fluid would you estimate we've got through already?
Well, I've been and bought shares because there's going to be a share in the rise in the commodity price. Of
Yeah,
brake fluid.
I'm not enjoying the bill for brake fluid right now. So wing cover's on.
We're looking a bit professional today, Gromit.
Yeah, well, yeah. Am I right in thinking then brake fluid damages paintwork?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't damage new paintwork as bad as it does old-fashioned paintwork.
Yeah, you spilt some on the Armstrong and it made a bit of a mess. Oh, you've got a new work light there.
Yes, it's something you brought along.
I fished that out of a bin.
Well, I'll be honest with you, we used to have these at once upon a time, and they don't last very long. I have encountered these in my life before.
So it was brand new.
Yeah, it was. Brand new in a box.
In a box. It was in a bin at a garage clearance. And I said to the man who was doing the garage clearance, "Do you want that?" He says, "Well, it's in the bin, mate." So I brought it home for you.
I've got the beggar under here. We'll use the blinking thing.
It's now being used. There's the reservoir.
Let's try the things.
Let's try and fit the machine. All right, here we go.
Spring is in the air.
Spring isn't in the air yet, mate. It's very much winter
It's
here.
blinking horrible, isn't it? Woke me up in the middle of the night because the electric went off and it made me blooming phone go bloop, bloop,
Bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
You've connected that up, you've put it on top of the master cylinder. Could we have modified like a brake fluid reservoir cap?
We jolly well could, but I couldn't get hold of the chap who might have some of them.
Yeah. I'm not sure I've got one for an Impian in stock. I've certainly got one for a Proton Saga Iswara.
You can buy one of these caps.
You can, they're 15 quid. Yeah. I didn't really want to spend 15 quid on a cap for us to cut a hole in it, but...
No, but what I'm saying, you can buy the proper thing for the Sealy tool.
Oh, can you? Right, okay. Yeah. What, specifically for an Impian?
Not so much that, it's a big universal one. It's like a conical shaped thing.
Oh, right. Would you recommend one of those? Or?
Well, I've used them in the past and the damn things leak. Let's see what goes on, son. Let's see what goes on. We've had a dummy run.
We have. So people are saying, hang on a minute, why are you putting these clips in? Yesterday you couldn't wait to show me your invention. So you showed me it and I said, well, we'll do it tomorrow morning. We attached it up quick because she was having a problem with it. It was leaking. Yeah. The Parkside clips, however, yesterday seemed to do the job. It seemed to pressurise the system.
Got no fluid in it in a minute, because you can imagine if we're pumping fluid in there and it leaks, we're going to have a mess, aren't we?
Yep.
So here we should have a leak.
Ah. So now I can hear it.
Yeah.
You can't hear it on the video probably, but there's air escaping out of there when you pump it up. But while you do that, I'm going to pump this up, eh? We'll see if we... Are you ready? So you've attached that second clip. There was the sound of air escaping. And actually now, it's pressurising. Which is good news, isn't it? We're at 10 bar.
That'll do. Not 10 bar, is it?
10 PSI.
I'm going to say 10 bar.
10 bar?
10 bar, everything will be bloody exploding.
We'll just say...
Ah, listen.
Ah.
That's not good. So what did it fail at there?
It failed at about 10.
Try again then, son.
We're at 10.
Hang on, stop.
We're at 14.
That'll do.
So 14 PSI. So we've set it to 14. But it's pressurising, isn't it? It's holding it.
Yeah, it is.
Your invention. So let's just show everybody the invention. Now we've got it rigged up and it's working. Here's the pressure bleeder then. It's at 14 PSI. We're going to fill that full of brake fluid. We've got a clear hose so we can see it going in, and then it's attached to... Oh, it's leaking.
Yeah.
I can hear it leaking now.
Bums.
Failed.
Bums, bums, bums.
Epic fail. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error, this.
Pump her up, son.
We've upgraded one of our clamps.
It's a bit Heath now.
Well, it is a bit Heath Robinson, you're absolutely right, but isn't that the spirit of the channel? Well, we're at 16 PSI.
Well, stop then. Is it holding? I can't hear it.
I'm going to give it one more pump until it's central in that reading. Right, it's bang on 16 PSI.
Right, mate.
Well, that seems to be holding. So let's look again. So we've got
a problem.
Got it at 16 PSI.
I might just... I'd got this plan, so we shan't be able to run the engine. So we're stuck with doing it like this, because that's touching the engine and it'll rattle it off. Let's stop waffling and let's have a bleed.
16 PSI, connected up, stop waffling. It's pressurised the master cylinder. Let's have a bleed.
Let's have a go.
There's no brake fluid in here.
I know there isn't. I know there isn't. I'm leaving it for you to keep checking it for a minute.
Okay.
And then before we start, I'm going to have to go for a comfort break.
Okay. You need to bleed as well.
Who put these blinking nipple covers on that I've got to take off?
I think it was the master technician who was moaning about exposed nipples.
Bloody nuisance. Chuck them across the workshop. Shan't have to trouble them again.
So we've released the pressure. We know that the pressure holds now. It's time to fill it with brake fluid.
We've got brake fluid, more brake fluid than brake fluid shop.
Le brake fluid.
Come out the blinking road.
Are you trying to tell me something?
What's that?
That you are secretly trying to turn this car into a Renault? Could be a Laguna.
Here's something on YouTube. I've been seeing something on the YouTubes.
What's that?
And it's the, well, I don't know, I can't speak French very well, but most of them, after they've got their slurry spreading things like some government offices, these French farmers.
Oh, right, yeah.
Vive les agriculteurs. Vive les agriculteurs.
Vive les agriculteurs.
I don't know how they get away with it without all getting locked up. Maybe they do.
Yeah, we don't know.
French prisons are full of farmers. But one of them, because I think they fell out with the supermarkets or something, he'd got one of them big chisel plough things ripping the car park up in front of a supermarket.
Wow! I can't get to Lidl. Les agriculteurs
Carrefour.
have been in.
Carrefour in
Les
French.
agriculteurs.
Boss. Vive les agriculteurs.
So we're filling the...
I can't understand a word of it, but it amuses me.
We're filling the bleeder now with brake fluid. We've got all sorts of bottles and gubbins of brake fluid. We've got Renault brake fluid. We've got this sort of stuff. We've got all sorts of stuff.
Vive les agriculteurs.
Brake fluid ASMR.
We've got to keep the thing levelish.
Oh, right, okay.
Else it'll not work, will it? If you think about it, it'll be like getting the aerosol on its side, won't it? Vive les agriculteurs. Not leaking because I've not got fluid to the top still.
Okay.
Should we try bleeding a rear brake?
Yep. So by doing it this way, we don't need to push the pedal, do we?
No.
How will we know if we remove some air?
I shall hopefully see it in my bottle, shan't I? Can you keep your eye on things here?
I'll keep an eye on that. Where are you going first?
I'm going round this back corner. This in there, this is where we should be firing the ABS.
So can we do this with the engine running? Now you've said because the clip is touching the engine we can't.
Yeah, that's a bit frit of that. Isn't it? Blinking horrible again. Everything's that cold, the pipe won't even go on. I'm now going to have a go at letting some fluid through. Not seen a bubble yet.
Okay.
Not seen any bubbles yet. Not seen any bubbles yet.
It's bleeding, is it?
Yeah.
So that's currently bleeding.
It's
slowly.
Yeah, it is slow as well. The pressure's gone down a bit, so it's actually doing its job. I'm just going to try something. No, it didn't do it this time. Oh no, let's put the brakes on. Ish. Did you see any bubbles?
I'm afraid not. I think we're wasting our time.
Yeah, that's all right. Not losing hope yet.
Well, at least what we're doing is working.
It is. This is going to fix this.
Glass half full.
Jam jar half full.
So the near side rear yielded no results. The offside front next.
Yep.
Nothing, I'm afraid.
So there's nothing there either. It's good.
Well, it is good, but it's also bad.
After we've done this, I think we're going to say we haven't got
air
in it.
You know what that means then?
Yeah.
Needs a new master cylinder.
No.
No?
We haven't done that modification from the Proton man yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to start chucking bits at it yet.
So that's all connected up. Let's check the pressure. Pressure's still good, 14. Contraption's still holding on, no leaks. Let her go, mate. Nothing out of there.
We haven't got any blinking air in it, have we?
I don't believe so. No air that side.
No air today.
I've got an idea.
What's that?
Why don't we scrap this project and put a sill on a Rover 75?
No, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Send this to the banger boys. Proton Impian.
Last but not least then, near side front.
Last but not flipping least. When we've done this, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a cup of tea or coffee. We can make that pressure bleeder work.
Yeah, we've proved that a point.
Might be the fact that we're chasing a fault that didn't blinking well there.
You reckon the pedal is just crap?
Well, people keep telling us they weren't very good.
We lost 2 psi then, but I can't see any air.
No, we're ready home, mate.
Right.
We can't do any more. I reckon we haven't got any air in this. We've got to try something else as well. We'll have a good look round for bulging hoses in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the evidence.
Well, how's it feeling?
Who wants a car with a fantastic foot brake?
No way.
Might be due to that pressure on the top.
Ah. What you're saying is, at the moment, it works. And we've fixed the problem.
I think this might be sort of...
Yeah. Can I just for my own academic, can I feel it myself?
Yeah.
Then I can tell you if I think it's any different.
Oh, you'll fuck that, dude. I think it might just be that, I'm sure it's something to do with that.
What did you say? Mate.
Beep, 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 proton.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect at the minute. Yeah, that's acceptable, that is. Then we'll see whether they take that thing off.
Yeah.
I think this will be the disappointing bit.
Le disappointment.
Right, so we've got no pressure on now, the tools. Yeah, off you go, son, try it. It's probably... Is it crap again now? It's crap again now.
It's... Come and feel it now.
Yeah, it's better than it ever has been. Better than it ever has been, that is.
We've not wasted our time there.
Fixed it. It's much better, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got something out somewhere.
Must have done. That's definitely better than it was.
But do you know what?
What?
I still wouldn't say it's perfect. But I agree.
Better than it ever has been.
Better than it ever has been.
So what we've done, I don't know. I'm going to try something now. See how much it goes after I put the servo on. Right, solid hard pedal. No, that's acceptable now. I don't jump in this and think, oh, that pedal's crap. Before I used to jump in this and think, oh Christ, that pedal's crap, and it's not now. Oh, it's definitely better. Oh God, aye. Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
I jolly well am.
Hooray!
That doesn't strike me now as crikey. No, before it felt a lot worse. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as good as my Peugeot.
No, which is an older car than this.
Not as good as the Hyundai i10.
No.
If you press that hard on the Hyundai i10, you'd be through the windscreen. Nah. We're now going to do the bulging brake hoses, then we're going to have a cup of tea. I'm not going to have a cigar because it's not as good as I think it could be. If you know what I mean.
Can I have a thumbs up though?
Yeah. I don't think anybody would say that's rubbish now. It's not as good as I think it could be, but you know, in fact, I think it's getting worse the more I do it.
Oh, really?
Would I even advise that on an MOT? No. It wouldn't strike me as being bad. We've shifted somewhere, boy. Right, I want to check these brake hoses now.
So, within all the bleeding, in all the this, that and the other, we've shifted something.
You got some?
Within all the bleeding, with all the messing about, with all the firing, with all the pressure.
Some bubbling out somewhere.
We've got something out somewhere. You're happy with that?
Not 100% no, because I've got a seed of doubt in my brain about it all the time. If you know what I mean. Let me just check all the hoses. Can you start the engine up and
Yep.
Put your size 13 on the...
So what is it we're doing now?
I'm checking the brake hoses for any brake hoses bulging.
Do you know, a lot of people in the comments have said that.
I know, so I'm trying it. That's why I'm looking.
Are you ready?
Yes, son. Go on. Start her up and do it though, yeah. Off. On again. That's fine.
So the brake hoses are made of what, rubber?
Yes, mate, and they can bulge.
Why would
But I've had the more problems I've had, It's not so much bulging hoses. Usually they deteriorate inside and make a little valve so that the brake doesn't come off.
Oh, right, so it sucks itself on.
Yeah. On!
Is that all right?
It is, mate, yeah.
I have to agree with you, the pedal feels much better.
Yeah, it is.
Much better. So no bulging hoses?
No,
So for anyone asking, none of the hoses are bulging?
certainly not. And even you agree with me, that pedal ain't as bad as it was.
I mean, the litmus test would be to drive it.
Yeah.
We can't do that, there's no MOT, no
Switch it
insurance
off.
and no tax. But it's difficult to tell, isn't it? Because I've pumped out this brake pedal so many times, but it's ridiculously hard when the servo's not on now.
Yeah. I think that's better than it ever has been. I never
know
saw any wind. I didn't see the wind like I did on the smart car, but the smart car was particularly horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah. That, to me, is the hardest brake pedal I think I've ever felt.
Well, yeah, but the engine's not running, is it? Being negative now, being glass half empty, and jar half empty.
So off comes the contraption, and what do you reckon to that? Did the job, didn't it?
Yeah, but it needed a bit of fettling, didn't it?
Jiggery pokery. So we've taken that off, we've emptied the pressure bleeder. Yeah. We are feeling a bit better that the pedal is fixed.
Well, I'm hoping I'm not convincing myself, but it does feel better to me. In fact, I'm sure it is.
I think the next port of call is to have a cup of tea, as you say.
Yep.
And then we will
do that pedal mod that somebody told us.
Yeah,
about.
so I've been chatting to a guy on Facebook who was part of the design team for the Proton Impian in Malaysia. Nice guy. And he's made a suggestion that there is a modification which you adjust the pedal travel manually. I don't know, twisting something. You've seen it in the previous video. Does it look possible?
Hey, the bloke knows more about them than we do.
Yeah. So we're gonna try that as well.
4 hours work, £90 an hour. Crikey. Ooh. Buy a new Proton for that.
Yeah. Well, at least we've got a universal cap now. When we need to do the Rover, when we need to do a Micra, when we need to do a Hyundai.
We need some better foam on it, don't we?
Yeah, we need some of that thicker foam.
I think that's what we need.
But for I don't know, universal pressure bleed cap 1.0, it did the job, didn't it? It's going to be forever evolving, like the spring contraption.
In the end, buy a proper thing. That's not how bad for a bit of bloody shed work, is it?
You're proud of that one, aren't you?
Shed work.
Shed work.
As I say, I've seen the bloody universal ones before and I've had no but trouble with them. Finished up chucking brake fluid everywhere. Right.
To quote my, I think, Year 9, Year 10 physics teacher, Mr. Hewkin.
Is your dad an engineer?
Yes. Yes, he is.
What was your mum was doing so much? Says, is your mum an artist? Well, yes, actually, she is. Because she went to do that stuff at Scott House.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some people who are painting stuff they've made to buy themselves. And mum's been doing their eyes and things like that on the things to make them look a lot better. Because she can paint eyes.
Is your mum an artist?
Yes.
But is your dad an engineer?
No.
Yes.
I want to get the brake fluid out, John. It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Where's the turkey baster? Your mum's got it.
Oh dear. So how?
Your mum's got the turkey baster.
Hang on, I'll go inside and get it. Ah, lovely. Thank you, Mother. That's just what I needed. We'll bring that back. Got it.
Okay. Was your mum pleased?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. She has washed it out. We don't want no turkey juice in it, do we?
I've told her we'll bring it back. Joking apart, what do we need the turkey baster for?
Removing some surplus brake fluid, John. In fact, I've got more turkey basters than your mum has.
Yeah, just in case anyone
does believe the tomfoolery.
Does believe the time-wasting waffle. We've got multiple turkey basters, all of which we use for different culinary reasons. That was all right, wasn't it?
Well, good morning's tinkering, actually. I quite enjoyed it. We've achieved something.
Now, we need to discuss that, because in the previous video, you were a little bit grumpy. It was cold, it was wet, we didn't really achieve anything. It was a bit of a waste of time, and you weren't really in the mood. So today you're happy.
I'm not in the mood. I've got to be in the mood for tinkering. I'm going to have a tea break, and then I'm going to come round and tighten all the blade nipples up, put the caps on.
Yep.
and then we're going to tinker with that pedal.
Could it still be the master cylinder?
It could be, but it'd be very unusual. I can't think I've ever changed a master cylinder for that fault. I've changed plenty of master cylinders for having a really, really crap brake pedal, but that's not really, really crap, is it?
It's suboptimal.
See, what they're saying is, you see, if you've got two circuits in a brake pedal, so if one seal goes, it goes a bit further, but the other one still gives you a brake. But it isn't that bad. If the pedal was right to the floor, nearly.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's just a bit...
spongy.
No, it's not spongy, is it? It is a bit spongy, yeah. It feels more like air than it does a gone master cylinder.
What's that you've got there that you're playing with?
I've had the battery on your...
super duper battery charger.
Yeah, and in the end it says my battery was all right.
And is it?
Well, it was desulfating it for 2 days.
Whew.
And the battery was fizzing, and I keep just being at 13.3, but now I'm down to 12.92.
Right, well, that was a cup of tea over, and actually we've sat in here longer than we should have done. Because it is blooming horrible out there.
Chilling.
Look, it's absolutely awful. It's windy and rainy. I've got chastised by Mum for stealing her turkey baster. Let's do the next bit, which is to adjust this pedal. Back in the workshop.
In the workshop, Mike.
Shall we take the bike out for a spin?
No, that's a really bad idea.
I've got an idea for a video one day. You can talk us through your motorbike collection. And I can talk the good people through my motorbike collection.
By golly gosh.
Hello? Hello? No, I don't know who's there.
You aren't old enough to remember phones when they was that big.
Hello, is that the Prime Minister of Malaysia? We've got a big problem, mate.
I can remember car traders coming round with a thing all over their shoulder for their phone, like a rucksack and a handbag.
It's for you.
Yeah.
It's the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Oh, but now he's texting me.
Now, Zaki Arafin is the name of the gentleman who worked on the design team on the Proton Impian. He says, pull back the clevis on the servo 2 to 3 millimetres.
2 to 3?
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, son.
Good, because at least you know what he's talking about. I've got no idea. What on earth is a clevis?
Oh, clevis is the little... It's the fork and the pin on the end of the pedal.
For those of you that are interested in the site of special scientific... what's the word?
SSI.
The scientific interest. It's still growing. Don't panic. We are going to remove all the wheel arch liner and the mud guards in another video.
Don't know how the hell you're going to get them mud flap screws out.
Right, show us your clevis then.
Well, you'll have to stick your head under there. Nip round. Does that panel come off easy?
Well, it's on a few clips, but it did cause me some problem when I tried to get it out the other day.
Leave it alone then. Up there.
Up there?
Up there, there's a... You can't see it, mate. You just get your head under there. You can stick your head under here like this, and you get your head under there. And, all right.
What you're saying is it's under there?
It's under there, yeah.
Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't going to make very good YouTube viewing.
It's going to be rubbish.
Because I can't get in there and do all sorts of things at the same time. So we're going to have to have a chat with Dad after he's done the job.
At the moment, what the problem will be is the brake light switch will stop us doing what we're trying to do. So we're going to have to disconnect that.
Lots of ongoing clattering and bulkhead noises.
I've prepared by moving the brake light switch back a bit so that I've got room to lift the pedal. So I've moved that back. Now I've undone the lock nut on the clevis, and now I'm going to have to try and wind that pin out. Too old for that grommet.
Yeah, that looked a horrible job.
It wasn't that bad, but...
Scrambling around under there.
Has that made it any better though?
Well, we'll soon find out. Before we do the big reveal, before we do the the genuine no faults Jeopardy first test, just explain to us what you've done. So you've You've wound the pedal back a bit, or so it's tighter, or...
I don't know what it's achieving. They know, because the idea is they've lifted the brake pedal, and the little bit at the bottom will make a lot on the pedal.
So is there, there's some adjustment, is there?
Yeah, on the end of the servo there's an adjustable rod with a clevis that fits onto the brake pedal. I've moved that out a couple of mil, which in theory should lift the brake pedal. Whether that'll make the brake pedal just feel better or what, I don't know. But the brake pedal is still not the same height as the clutch pedal, look, is it? Can you see?
And should it be?
I don't know. Has it made it any better?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look under there. Give me your light. Does that feel any better? I think that combined with what we've done.
Serious?
Yeah, let me sit in it. I reckon we've cracked it.
There you go.
Next.
Yeah. Come on then. Switch. Call that a win.
Yeah, do you know what? I reckon it is. I reckon that is a win for the brakes on the Proton Impian. Yeah, double thumbs up. How are you feeling about that?
Hey mate, I shall enjoy my turkey now.
The only way to tell really is by taking it for a spin.
Yeah, we can't do that yet.
Everything that we've done has made it better, hasn't it? We've not made anything worse, which is good news. So the pressure bleeding, your contraption, firing it, we've got some air out of the system somewhere along the line, haven't we?
And lifting that brake pedal's made it feel better, hasn't it?
Yeah, and lifting the brake pedal, as per the man who designed the blooming Proton Impian, or was part of the design team, has done the job. There you go.
That's it then.
It's been a long slog.
It's been painful.
And we've got through a lot of brake fluid.
It'd be painful if you was watching it.
Been trying this, that and the other. Thanks to everybody who has commented, liked, been involved and suggested things. You're confident that the brakes are now fine?
Me?
Yeah.
They're a lot better than what they were.
They are a lot better than what they were. And, you know, the litmus test will be taking it for a spin, which we can't do at the moment, but there are plenty of other things to do on the Impian. Are you happy now that mechanically the Impian is fine? There's lots of little jobs to do now, isn't there? Lots of little jobs.
Lots of little bit of tinkering, isn't there?
We've got a lot of cosmetic work to do to get it up to standard, up to scratch. We've got everything to check out, some parts to find.
Got some new tyres.
We need 4 new tyres, we need all the wheels refurbing. So keep watching the videos, because that is to pay for that. We've got to get all them wheel arch liners out, all the moss off, we've got to clean it, we've got to polish it, we've got to paint the blooming black trims, we've got to clean all the interior, and that's not something I'm going to be doing today.
That one do before Christmas.
In the storm. Well, we'll tinker and do little bits over the Christmas period, but no, we won't be doing too much on it. The main concern, wasn't it, when we bought it, was those brakes.
Horrible brakes.
They were horrible. First thing you said when you jumped in the car, these brakes are no good.
It's horrid, 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 horrid.
So we think we've cracked it. Thanks to everyone that suggested stuff.
It's all right, isn't it?
I think we've got there in the end. Well, there you have it then. We're confident and comfortable that we've fixed the spongy brake pedal on the Impian. Hooray! It took us a month working on and off every sort of Sunday, so 4 or 5 attempts at getting the Impian pedal sorted. I mean, if we'd had a couple of days at it, we'd have done it, and if I'd let Dad have a go at it while I wasn't here, he'd have fixed it in an afternoon. Thanks to everyone genuinely who has sent comments, wishes, offered to help, this, that and the other. It means a lot, and thanks to everyone that's watched the videos. That is possibly the longest series of videos I've filmed trying to solve one problem on a car. Probably because it's took us loads of trial and error. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up please. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Lots of stuff for the Impian coming. It's mainly going to be cosmetic now and getting it to hopefully show-winning standard. There'll be lots of stuff, including taking it for an MOT, getting it tidy, and hopefully making it the best Proton Impian in the country. Comment down below. Did you think it was that, or are we going to face a few more issues? What else would you have done? Thanks to Dad for all his hard work. Thanks to you for watching. Until next time, see you later.
Quietly confident now, especially after that latest bit of lifting the brake pedal it had. It's made it feel a lot better.
Hooray!
Yeah, because when you think about it, the brake pedal was a lot lower than the clutch pedal to start with, so it's going to be something in your head to make it think it's a bit... So hopefully, we shall enjoy our turkey.
There are so many more Proton related videos on the channel, and I've actually selected a couple that I think you might like here on this page. Give them a click to watch them now. Don't forget to subscribe for more Proton fun and lots more videos coming soon.